Abracadabra. Alakazam. Make these all heck no moments disappear! Go away, you old heck no moments. Stay away from me forever! Oh, hi, ladies and dudes. This is Rebecca Lynn Barkley, aka BoobBomb97. This is my review for today. And today's review, ladies and dudes, well, my friends, it's that time again for another top 10 list that nobody has ever done before. And this top 10 list I'm going to do for today is going to be a magical one. So for my latest top 10 list is the top 10 best magical scenes in a movie. And yes, ladies and dudes, I will tell you the truth right now. It's the most hardest one that I ever done so far. I mean, there is too many good scenes to be found that is so darn magical. And I really, really love magic very much. When I was a little girl, I was crazy about magic. There's too many things that I can remember about magic. Something that will disappear, something that will reappear, or something that will transform into something spectacular. Well, if you guys get the picture. So yeah, this is going to be a one tough list that I will never forget in the top 10 list history. So, without further ado, ladies and dudes, let's head on to my top 10 most magical scenes that I do enjoy the best for all the movies that I remember from my childhood to adulthood. And yes, ladies and dudes, I've got a couple of honorable mentions of some other scenes in the movie that did not make it to the list. Like the two transformation scenes from Beauty and the Beast and the Swan Princess. One point when Odette finally turned back into human, but sadly it has to be a nightfall, and thanks to Belle, the spell has finally been broken and the Beast can finally turn back into a human being. And also when the genie is finally set free from Aladdin, and yes, it did happen in the end where Aladdin finally grant that third and final wish that the genie can be finally free at long last after 10,000 years had passed, something that Genie believes, but he has no idea what timeline he is, if you know what I mean. And also, Jin finally put the crystal shard back into the dark crystal from the dark crystal. Yeah, that was a really cool magical scene in that movie where Jan did the rightful thing of putting that crystal shard back where it belonged, and everything will be back to normal as it is. I can't think of which scene I like the best from the Harry Potter saga. There's too many cool scenes that's very darn magical. And the final honorable mention is when the crystal saved Sheeta twice from Castle in the Sky. There was one point that the crystal saved Sheeta from dying, when she was falling out in the sky, and also it saved her again when she is with Patsu. So that was a really cool magical scene I'll never forget in movie history. So yeah, those are my honorable mentions, and let's head on to the top 10s of which magical scenes do I like the best in all my favorite films that involves magic. Okay, coming at number 10 goes to Doctor Strange Magical Cape from Doctor Strange. I freaking love that magic cape. It's becoming a character itself. I mean, it has a really cool personality, cool attitude, and I like the character development and chemistry that it had with Doctor Strange. It's funny, it's hilarious, and it has a mind of its own. Oh, hi, Sadie. Later, Sadie. Sorry about that, it's my cat. So yeah, I freaking love that magic cape. It's a really cool character. A character who has a mind of its own. So, yep, it belongs at number 10. Coming at number 9 is the Magical Ocean from Moana. I freaking love the Magical Ocean. It's another cool character. It's a character itself. It has cool character development and chemistry with Moana. And I guess everybody wants to know, how did the Magical Ocean comes to life? Maybe that weird looking shiny rock thing has to do with, bring it to life. I guess. I'm not so sure. So yeah, I have nothing else to say about the Magical Ocean. So that belongs to number 9. Coming at number 8 is Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo from Cinderella. No, not the live action one, but the animated one. I freaking love the Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo song! It's one of my most favorite songs from a Disney film. Where the fairy godmother has to use her magical wand and saying those 3 magic words to bring everything to life. A pumpkin turned to a carriage, a horse turned into a court person, taking care of the horse. And the dog transformed into a little shorty guy. And the vices turned to horses. And yes, Cinderella finally have a lovely, delicate dress at long last, so she can finally make it to the ball in time. So yeah, that's a cool magical scene for the number 8 spot. Coming at number 7 is the only oh heck no moment that I will add on this list, is where the 2 fairies were fighting at each other to see which one of them will have the best idea for the colored dress from Sleeping Beauty. That was one of the most funniest oh heck no moments that I will never forget in movie history. See those 2 fairies fighting at each other using their wands, see which one of them wants to have the greatest color for the dress. One says pink and the other is blue, and they go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and you better see that scene for yourself. It was funny, hilarious, and one of the best oh heck no moments that you'll never forget in movie history. So, let's move on to number 6. Coming at number 6 is when Moses used his staff to split up the Red Sea from the Prince of Egypt. I freaking love that scene. That was a very cool magical scene. Well, the final magical scene in the whole entire movie. Yes, the Prince of Egypt does count as a magical movie. And yes, Moses did a really cool magical moment where he used his staff when he's in the ocean, and he just split them up into 2 and try to make an epic wall so he and his Hebrews can finally escape in time and head on to freedom. That was pretty darn awesome. So yeah, that cool moment deserves to be at number 6. Coming at number 5 is the Lugia song from Pokemon the Movie 2000. One of the best near endings of all time in movie history. Oh yeah, I love that moment where Ash finally put that vital crystal ball to that weird looking stove thingy, and it's pretty darn magical. The young girl did play the flute, and those stones are becoming the main notes of the song. And all 3 of the bird Pokemon finally calmed down. They're very happy. Here comes Lugia. He's A-okay, and he lets Ash and Pikachu go on a ride on his back. But I will say the most magical thing I really love for this scene in the movie is the score. The score is so darn magical, so darn epic. And it's one of my most favorite scores of all time in movie history. Yeah, something that blew me away the most. So yep, that deserves to be at number 5. Coming at number 4 goes to Ashley's song from The Secret of Kale. If I got the K word right. I really like this magical scene from this Irish movie that's animated wise. And I like the part where Ashley put a secret spell on the cat, turn into an unknown creature, and head on to the castle walls and try to pick up the keys so the little boy can get out. And what she did is sing a very mysterious song that feels like a lullaby in some ways. Well, if you ever seen that movie, you'll know what I'm talking about. And yes, I will do a movie review of it very, very soon, coming by next year. So yep, that deserves to be at number 4. And finally, let's head on to my top 3 most favorite magical scenes in the whole entire magical things that happen in movies. Okay, let's get going. Coming at number 3, I hope everybody will forgive me about this one, but I do like this magical scene that came from Frozen. I know everybody, well, it's a hit and miss feeling about Frozen, but I enjoyed it for some unknown reason. But I really do like this moment that happened close to the end of the film. And that is when Elsa had finally fixed her homeland of Arendelle. So hard to pronounce the place name, but anyway, it came from Frozen. I just like the part where Elsa finally fixed her homeland at long last, get out of the Winterland for good and head back to summer. And she did it in a pure magical way with her hands. And I also love the score for it. Whoever made that score did a very beautiful job. It was epic, beautiful, and it fits perfectly for the scene of the movie. That's all I could say about for the number 3 spot. Coming at number 2 is the Spoonful of Sugar song from Mary Poppins. And yes, Mary Poppins does have a cool lot of magical scenes in the movie, but I will pick this one on the list. You know where Mary Poppins Mary Poppins has to teach Jane and Michael how to clean up the nursery. And by doing that, snapping the fingers. It was a really cool magical scene, and it does feature a little bit of oh heck no moments that happen in that scene of the film. Well, if you have seen Mary Poppins, you'll know what I'm talking about. And as for the sequel, I'm going to skip it for good. So be happy I'm not going to see the sequel. Because there's one actress I don't like that's going to be a part of the movie. You'll know what I mean. So yeah, the Spoonful of Sugar song deserves to be at number 2. And finally, my number 1 best magical scene I really cared about the most in all the magical scenes I've seen here and there for some of the movies I did enjoy that feature magical moments is where Ponyo has finally escaped Fujimoto's house for good in Ponyo. I will say this is the best magical scene ever in movie history. I love the part where Ponyo caused a whole lot of chaos in Fujimoto's home. And this is the part where she finally became human at long last. Hallelujah to that. She's finally a human being. Hooray! Hallelujah! I wish I could tell you more about this scene in the movie, but you guys need to see this part for yourselves. So Ponyo, messing up her daddy's house, deserves to be the number 1 best magical moment ever in movie history. And that's it, ladies and dudes. Those are my top 10 best magical scenes in a movie. And tell me, ladies and dudes, what is your most favorite magical scenes that you've ever seen from your favorite magical films? Well, whichever it is, leave a comment there and let me know. And join me next time for my next videos to come. Somewhere around this year. Well, for the rest, I guess. I'm not sure what it is yet, but we'll wait and see what happens. And I will do more top 10 lists coming really soon in the main future. Well, whatever it's going to be. So, that is it for now. So, I'll see you guys later. And sayonara. Bibbidi bobbidi boo!